Ladies and jelly beans, we've been cleared for takeoff. Please enjoy your flight.
We won't.
Work.
French.
No English. Cutting.
Awful action, sir. And action.
You're supposed to take it away.
I was.
Jeez. Okay. Thank you.
Can I just do that again?
Is that gonna be a problem?
I'm fine. I had some cheap wine at the funeral and mixed with the cheap vodka. Your fault.
Oh.
Just answer the question.
See, Looking? No, too slow.
Again, Kate.
Too slow.
You're not kidding. You're fucking... Can you show me that again, please? What you're not sitting... There's a fly in the plane.
Are you gonna be okay?
Yes, Mom.
Are you sure?
Am I sure? Am I sure? Am I sure? Mother, don't make me hurt you in public.
Oh, are you okay?
My name is Sheila. Hilton. Sheila at the Hilton.
Okay.
Daughter Paris.
There it is.
Okay, man. This is humiliating.
Sweating.
Trash.
Cut.
Hey! That's my scarf! I thought you liked me. A lot. I wouldn't stab you in the neck. Are you gonna say cut?
Oh, mackerel.
Wow! Cut, sweet!
Hi.
And
Cut, nice! Cutting. There. Cut!
Contact.
Cut! Very nice. And cut. Brilliant. Cut!
Oh, cut there.
oh, oh, oh.
Oh, well, that doesn't look too bad.
Is that guy bugging you? Because I can take him out in a New York minute.
Hi.
You got a bleeder cut.
Is this like it's a waterfall?
Go up, kid. Climb up. Stand up. You gotta get out your bar fix. Stand up. Keep jolting. Just heading. Stand up and open it. Open it. Don't be afraid. Keep jolting. All right, sit down. Now, Amanda, come down. Yell at the lady. Keep jolting. Keep jolting. And cut. Brilliant.
Don't come back. You gotta see that
Now
one.
there's
Who taught you to drive? Stevie Wonder?
Hi.
Hi, you must be Rebecca.
Thanks.
Goodbye, Joe.
Walk and walk. Just kind of. Okay.
Next in line, please.
Oh, that's me.
Give me a bomb.
Coming forth to carry me home. Sweet chariot.
Yes, I did.
Coming forth to carry me home.
Shut up!
This isn't a musical.
And Ken.
Again now?
Cut, nice.
Ready and action.
I've always been in the horror genre, or at least known for that, and because of that, it's always been a wish to do things outside the genre. It wasn't like it was my lifelong dream to become a horror director, the scariest guy in the world. It just happens.
There is a man in my house who's trying to kill me. When I read the script, I already knew Wes was going to direct it, so I read it knowing that it would be heightened by his style of directing.
I suppose this represents a different sort of movie for Wes in that it's very definitely a thriller.
It's not a slasher film, and it's not a horror film.
It seemed the most logical thing in the world to step out of it, literally step, rather than leap, would be to do like a thriller. There was nothing in the script that called for something as extreme as the physical horror of a horror film, which is all about the vulnerability of the body. This film was much more about the vulnerability of the soul. It's not that often that a really good thriller script comes across your desk.
Why are you doing this?
Somebody wants to send a big, brash message.
We worked on those little moments. We worked really hard on getting that right. And they're throughout the picture, but they're very quick and very subtle.
To have a master, a director like Wes Craven driving the boat here, I could not have asked for a better guy to do it.
Somebody called up and said, we have this script, first-time writer, but it's really good, check it out. And I was actually at the end of working a very long time on Cursed, the movie I did before Red Eye, and was pretty much exhausted and burnt out and said, I want to go to an island someplace and disappear for a year, but okay, I'll read it. And it was just like, oh, juicy stuff. And then I was like, well, God, I have to do this. I'd be a fool not to.
Okay, so is this personal now?
Just finishing the job. I think this is a good movie for Wes to direct because it's scary and it's horrific, but it's a real kind of horror.
He's so articulate and literate in the language of film and making an audience invest in characters and invest in what's going to happen with the characters.
The interesting thing about Red Eye is it's not just a thriller. It is almost like a little art film. The entire second act is not only on an airplane, but basically two people on the airplane just talking. So to make that work is a real trick.
So what do you do?
Government overthrows, flashy, high-profile assassinations, the usual.
Carl made it work with the dialogue.
I started to ask myself, can you sustain 2/3 of a movie with just two people sitting next to each other on an airplane? And the answer is yes.
When you have just two people in one space for such a long period of time, you really have to heighten the drama. Okay, you know what? You got me. I'm gonna make that call when I can make the call. Right now, you gotta let me go. I need to go.
Okay. I trust you.
The characters were so intelligent, so full of emotion, so complexly drawn that it was like, well, if you as a director can get that onto film from the page, that's gonna be a great accomplishment. It just felt like, wow, that's really rich material. The casting was interesting on Red Eye. Everybody instinctively felt like, you know what, this would be better if it was people that were really, really good, but not that well known. It will make those characters real in a way that if they were played by somebody who's done a million different roles, would not be quite as real.
Well, you didn't know? You failed, Jack.
I'll finish the job.
Not in my house.
Cillian's name came up. I had a conversation with him. He was in London. I was in Los Angeles. And, you know, here's this guy with this Irish brogue. Yo, so I mean, I can't do Irish, but he was like saying, yes, I can do this. It'll be wonderful. He was so Irish to me. And this character was specifically written to be an American guy. And literally 2 days later, I heard, Cillian's on an airplane. I said, what do you mean he's on an airplane? He's on an airplane. He's supposed to be married in 2 days, but he's on an airplane. He just wants to have lunch with you. Can you have lunch in, you know? And they listed the time that his plane was arriving. This young guy comes, you know, running up the stairs and just full of, you know, all this vim and enthusiasm and these blinding blue eyes, this incredible face that's handsome but also can be really kind of scary looking. And he just totally convinced me that he could do it.
The script was so strong originally when I read it. I mean, I was instantly taken by it, you know? It was funny because I read it on a plane, so that added to its effect.
What's wrong now?
You hit me on the head and slammed me against the wall, remember?
Well, suck it up. With Rachel, there's this incredible young actress, Rachel McAdams. She was in Notebook, and then we went to see Mean Girls, and it's like, wow, she can just completely disappear into a role. Virtually unrecognizable from one to the other. Just the kind of person you think Lisa would be. She was clearly a very strong young woman who had opinions and had insights, and it was the end of like a 45-minute meeting, and said, okay, you want to do it? I want to do it with you.
It's a cut. Cut.
Wes is very unique. He can find a look here, a glance there.
He knows the power of a look.
You can see, and when you get to know him in his mind, that he's adding up all of these looks and glances and thoughts, and how that's going to add up to be a very highly intense scene.
First stuff we shot was the airplane stuff, right into the just high tension, high power scenes, and bam, they both exploded, and they just did it. It was really quite amazing.
Wes is a legend.
He's so genuine, and he takes such an interest in everyone and in the movie. You can tell he really cares about it.
To be directed by Wes Craven is the best experience you could possibly have.
I think he's fantastic. He's one of the most relaxed people I've ever worked with. And he's a man who clearly knows his craft.
Brian nailed a character that you believe was the father of this young woman. The only thing I did that I think was reasonably clever is I said, Brian, the first time we kind of see you guys together, in the fact that she's speaking on a phone in Texas and you're back in Miami, she's just walking carrying her suitcase. And I had already shot her walk, so I knew where she cut right and left and everything else, and had him make the same cuts and turns and everything. So when you're cutting back and forth, they're unified just by this motion and this energy. So you feel like, yeah, that's her father, and that's where she gets that energy, and she's as strong as he is. I've watched it probably 100 times in the course of editing and watching it in screenings. I still find myself fascinated by it. I still find myself seeing things that I obviously at some point saw but have forgotten, and it has to do with performance.
Where's your male-driven, fact-based logic now, Jack?
When you work with somebody like Wes, you know you're in a perfectly safe pair of hands.
I'm sometimes referred to as an actor's director, and I think, you know, I do really enjoy working with actors and enjoy also sort of plucking people from behind camera and saying, go over here and do this.
What is the problem here? We made these reservations over 6 months ago.
I know, ma'am, I'm just not seeing it.
Well, where's Lisa? Lisa always takes care of us.
Terry Press, who is head of marketing for DreamWorks, was in a meeting that we were invited to at the very beginning when we were talking about the film long before we shot, you know, how to promote it. We walked into this room and there's like 30 people in there. It was a huge boardroom crammed with all these marketing people, and it's all being run by this relatively short woman, very intense, clearly in control woman, Terry Press. And I was sitting there and I leaned over to Marianne, Maddalena, my producer, and I said, the irate customer. She says, what? Irate customer at the hotel, that's her.
You have any idea what we have been through? Our ceiling exploded. I got chunks of plaster all over me. I could get asthma.
She says, yeah, she'd be like that. And I said, no, that's her. That's her. So I went up to her after the meeting, and I said, Terry, and I'd never met her before, I said, listen, we have a role I'd like you to do in the movie. There's, you know, the customer at the hotel that's really kind of cranky and giving everybody a hard time, and that should be you. She said, yeah, right. And I said, no, really. And she just looked at me, and I think she just got it, like, oh my God, no, you wouldn't, no, I can't do that. Yes, you can.
Here's what you can do. You can fill out a comment card at our front desk.
A comment card? She asked us to fill out a comment card.
You want us to fill out a comment card?
Yes, I do. And after you finish, you can go ahead and just shove it up your ass.
And it was really kind of wacky because, I mean, it's a big role. She opens the picture and she ends the picture, and she had a lot of lines, and I just kind of instinctively knew she could do it.
People love to be thrilled, don't they? People like to live kind of vicariously, so they like to see other people going through something that would terrify them.
First of all, we knew we had to have a PG-13, which is kind of unexplored territory for me in a way. I don't know where those boundaries are. And you have a central event in the film of somebody stabbing somebody in the throat, which is quite appalling visually, and yet you have to show it. How much can I show? And it turned out to be a matter of editing, and the fact that the review board actually, I think, looked at the picture as more of an adult work, and they allowed it to be shown, briefly, but shown. The whole last act, the fight with the hockey stick and everything, which was constructed late after we had shot the main body of the film, where she's going by the shower curtain. Half of the audience got to be thinking that he's in that shower, so I went around and actually put the camera in the shower for one shot where she's at the door. And I said to her, you can look anywhere, but don't look here. And you set that up, and that's pure horror film stuff, but it's fun.
Wes can find moments that, as an actor, you wouldn't necessarily see that will really add up to a suspenseful scene.
His skills and knowledge and experience as a filmmaker brought to a project like this is just a wonderful, huge bonus to an actor.
Don't move.
Actually, I was able to take the best, I think, of what I had used in horror films, which is suspense and surprises and kind of keeping people on the edge of their seats.